They looked perfect. A smiling family on Facebook, a loving husband, a glowing wife, two beautiful little girls, and a baby on the way. But behind the filters and the hashtags, something was dying. And on one summer morning in 2018, the truth would shatter an entire nation. What really happened inside the Watts family home is almost too horrifying to believe. Frederick, Colorado, a quiet, picture-perfect suburb where life moved slow and peaceful. Shannon Watts was 34, full of life, ambitious, and active on social media. She was a wife, a mother of two little girls, Bella and Celeste, and she was expecting her third child, a boy she'd already named Nico. Her husband, Chris Watts, was the quiet type, steady, reserved, the kind of man people called nice. Together, they seemed like the perfect couple. But as it turned out, that perfect life was only an illusion. On the morning of August 13, 2018, Shanann's friend noticed something strange. She'd missed a doctor's appointment and wasn't answering calls. Worried, she drove to the Watts home and called police. When officers arrived, Chris appeared calm. He said Shannon had taken the kids to a friend's house. But her purse was still there. Her car was still there. Her wedding ring sitting on the nightstand. Something wasn't right. Within hours, the world would learn that this was no ordinary missing persons case. As news spread, Chris appeared on camera, pleading for his family's safe return. He said all the right words, but his eyes told a different story. When police reviewed his phone data, GPS, and text messages, the cracks began to show. They learned he'd been having an affair with a coworker. He'd promised her a new life, one that didn't include his wife or children. Detectives brought Chris in for questioning. He failed a polygraph test, and when confronted with evidence, he broke. First, he blamed Shannon. He said she'd hurt the girls, and that he lost control. But the truth was far darker. Chris Watts confessed. In the early hours of that morning, while Shannon slept, he ended her life. Then, he turned on his daughters, Bella, 4 years old, Celeste, 3. Both begged for their lives, and he took them one by one to an oil site where he worked and left them there, all to start over with another woman. When police recovered their bodies, the country went silent. A story that looked like love had turned into something unthinkable. Chris Watts was sentenced to 5 life terms without the possibility of parole. He'll never leave prison. But for many, the deeper question still lingers. How could a man who seemed so normal, so loving, do something so inhuman? Some say it was pressure, jealousy, and affair. Others say it was evil, plain and simple. Shanann's family continues to honor her memory, reminding the world that behind every perfect picture can hide a painful truth. Because sometimes the monsters don't hide in the dark. Sometimes they smile right beside us. What do you think made Chris Watts do it? Was it rage, obsession, or something deeper? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that reveal the darkness behind the perfect smile.